We built like 150 buildings for that city, and each one was individually lit, and we had a train going by, and everything, it appears in 2 shots. It's like, doom, doom, and it's gone.
It took 912 days of production to make Isle of Dogs. That's nearly 3 years of blood, sweat, and meticulous craftsmanship to create one of the most technically demanding stop-motion films ever made.
We've got on this nearly 900 characters.
But how is Isle of Dogs even possible in stop-motion? Let's dive into the intricate details of how Isle of Dogs made every frame perfect, setting records for
the largest number of puppets created by hand for a stop-motion film.
You have an idea of what you hope it to be, and then it's 10 times better than that.
The film wasn't just difficult, it was a monumental challenge. But when you look at the jaw-dropping, intricate world of this movie, you can feel the sheer dedication from every single person who worked on it. The script was massive and packed with detail, and yet the animators somehow brought every bit of it to life.
We had to design every little piece of trash on the island. So it's really fun to move through these different worlds that are created by different types of trash.
Every time I stare at Trash Island, I'm blown away by the obsessive level of detail. Even though it's designed like a quote-unquote storybook, it doesn't matter. It pulls you in, and before you know it, you're completely immersed.
We'll find him. Wherever he is, if he's alive. We'll find your dog.
But what really makes Isle of Dogs stand out isn't just the technical mastery, it's the emotion behind it.
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
At its core, this film is about loyalty, the loyalty of a boy to his dog, of a pack to its leader. That emotional foundation makes the film even more than just a visual marvel. It makes it deeply moving.
Thank you.
Despite its precise, handcrafted world, Isle of Dogs is incredibly beautiful, not just in its aesthetics, but in its heart. And we're going to peek into how that might have happened. But the amount of intricate detail costs so much effort of the animators and the wonderful craftsmen. In a script that's great, they managed to craft something that feels lived in, loved, and fiercely defended in both Trash Island and Megasaki City.
Painting the Tracy freckles, copying by eye just with a little paintbrush. 297 freckles on each face. I've actually painted over 22,000 freckles on Tracy alone on this job.
We don't even need to question whether this film was difficult to make. It obviously was. But what fascinates me is the insane amount of detail poured into animating the natural world. These animators didn't just move puppets, they had to physically adjust every single element of wind, fire, water, and more, all at the same time moving these puppets' hair.
It is very, very rare now that you would create anything organic, so smoke, fog, running water, rain, in camera.
It's hard to physically wrap your head around the idea of moving every single little piece. But that's how it's made. Every animator only completed 1 to 2 seconds of footage per day, and there were 27 animators and 10 assistants, all accounting for every small detail.
We actually had to make Japanese newspapers like our graphics department did, and then some of them have to be backed with foil that you can like have them flap in the wind.
Thankfully, one thing they didn't have to stress about was the constantly shifting fur on the dogs. That wasn't a mistake, it was a deliberate choice. It mirrors the original King Kong, where animators inadvertently made the fur move by touching the puppet. Anderson embraced that natural imperfection, and has full respect for these artisans.
It takes a lot of experience to know how to really bring a face to life.
But there's one scene that perfectly encapsulates the film's obsession with detail. The wasabi poisoning scene. It's a true art form. It's all about precision. And even in this film, Anderson and his team replicate that same philosophy. Meticulous, handcrafted artistry poured into every single second. Most films wouldn't put in the effort of nailing down the fish. That's why the scene is a perfect reflection of Isle of Dogs' handmade brilliance.
I brought this to Jason Schwartzman and Roman Coppola, and we started talking about it as something to write together.
The level of personalization that Anderson and his longtime writing partners bring to their scripts is just as fascinating. Choice and understanding play a huge role in their films, and in Anderson's iconic style, often called rigid or flat by some critics, there are these sudden bursts of anger and violence. They're good-natured, but they have dark edges, flaws, and impulses, and it seems that in every Wes Anderson movie, one of these characters has this problem.
I'd bite.
Molly's right. I do go berserk.
You see this again and again in his work, from the Grand Budapest Hotel to the Royal Tenenbaums and beyond. And somehow, I believe through magic, the genius brains behind these films somehow managed to find a solution for every problem that would occur. They made us believe in the soul of a cartoon dog, in the emotions of a puppet boy, in a world built out of trash, dreams, and technology. and that's why Isle of Dogs is a masterpiece of both aesthetic precision and raw emotion. If you enjoy Japanese culture, check out how I compare Pacific Rim to anime. I'm SJ, this is Cinema Snap, and go watch a movie.